Hello, I thought I'd do another video. This one's actually a bit of a request from somebody who's written in. I had a letter and I thought I'd just quickly read it out. So it starts, Dear Daniel. Well, it's generally I'm in trouble if they're saying Daniel, because that's my formal name. I really enjoyed your video on European marathons you'd like to do. Well, that's a good start. But unfortunately, you singularly missed to mention any UK marathons. Can you rectify this? Lots of love from Charles in Windsor. So, Charles in Windsor, let me rectify that right now. Now, the criteria for the marathons that I'm choosing are very, very simple. I like the look of them. Not necessarily ones I've done before. In actual fact, none of them I've done before, but certainly they are ones that would pique my interest. So let's start off with the Edinburgh Marathon. This event is on the 24th of May 2026. Now, the course is quite unique. It's a point-to-point and it has a net downhill, so therefore it's quite fast. You'll go past some very, very famous landmarks, including the statue of Greyfriars Bobby. It's a lovely city. I've been fortunate enough to work there, and there's a whole festival event on, including a 5k, 10k, half marathon and junior races over the 2 days of the weekend. And you can find more information about this particular marathon in the link in the description below. So let's stay in Scotland for our next marathon, for the Loch Ness Marathon, which takes place on the 27th of September 2026. Again, this is a point-to-point marathon, and again, it's a net downhill. Although it's lacking in support with it being quite a rural marathon, the scenery more than makes up for this. There's also a 5k and a 10k race to complement the main events. Now, one of the unique things about this is that you get a can of soup at the end because the sponsors are Baxter's. And again, I've left a link in the description below to the site for the Loch Ness Marathon. Next, we're heading to Yorkshire for the Leeds Robborough Marathon, which takes place on the 10th of May 2026. Now, this event takes place in the lovely city of Leeds, which is run in memory of the rugby league player Rob Burrow, who sadly passed away a few years ago, having suffered for a long time from motor neurons disease. The event itself starts at Headingley Stadium, which is the home of the Leeds Rhinos, and there's also a cricket ground next to it. There's also a half marathon event, and it goes through the city of Leeds, and it's a relatively new event, but is proved to be very, very popular. And again, if you want any information about this event, I've left you a link in the description below. Next up, we're heading to London for not the London Marathon, but the Richmond Marathon, which takes place on the 13th of September 2026. Now, this event is run along a very, very scenic route along the River Thames, taking in Kew Gardens and also Hampton Court Palace, which was the home of Henry VIII. It's of course a London race, so you can at least claim you've run a London Marathon, if not the London Marathon. Now again, it's a festival. There's a 10k on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday there's a half marathon. When you get to the finish line, you can boogie on down, if your legs can manage it, at a finish line music festival, as it's described. Again, if you want to know more about this particular event, I've left the link in the description below. And then finally, forsooth, we have the Shakespeare Marathon on the 26th of April 2026. Now, this event starts and finishes in the beautiful town of Stratford-upon-Avon, which of course was the birthplace of William Shakespeare. And if you were aiming to run the London Marathon but didn't get through any of the ballots or Good for Age events, then this is a great alternative for you. There's also a half marathon that takes place on the very same day, and Stratford as a town is very beautiful and very much worth a walk around afterwards if your legs can manage it. And if the Shakespeare Marathon is of interest to you, then I've left a link in the description below, like I did for all of the marathons that I've featured in this video. So which of these marathons is most interesting to you. I know certainly I would be very, very intrigued about the Loch Ness Marathon. And yeah, that might be on my radar for a couple of years' time. Or have I missed a marathon? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you want to know when I post new videos. Also click on the notification icon just to be notified of those. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again sometime.